3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Hey, this is Lady C. Welcome to Hidden Struggles. And in this upcoming episode, I'm just going to be talking a little bit about me and you and how we can get ourselves on track for 2025. Now, at first, when I was thinking about doing this video, I was like, okay, I'm going to come out, hit the ground running, tell everybody all the things that you should stop doing in 2025 and all the things that you should start doing in 2025. And then I thought about my own life in 2024. And when I tell you it was a busy year, it went by so fast. And just that was my time of healing from my car accident. And then, taking on a new job in my current position. So I got really, really busy. I was working a lot of overtime. And I just wasn't able to function at 100% on my YouTube channel. And time just got by. And when I tell you it was rough, because here I was, recovering from my accident and then having all this work put on my plate where I didn't even have time to think, and it was just a really rough time. And I remember the last 3 months of the year, I was saying, okay, in October, I'm going to do this. As soon as the calendar changes to October, boom, I'm going to hit the ground running. I'm going to get what I got to get done. That didn't happen. I went all the way up to December. And of course, today is December 31st. And I'm telling you, I thought, when am I going to get it together? When am I going to bring things together? So one of my struggles that I struggle with immensely is trying to be let go of things. Like I will find myself, gravitating to a lot of my ideas. I wake up in the morning, I got 2 or 3 ideas. The next day, 3 or 4 more crop up. And I'm just constantly just finding new things to get into, to the point where nothing gets done. So I'm sitting here thinking about, oh, that's a good idea. Try that, try this. And I'm all over the place, just adding so much stuff to my plate. So you may be just the opposite. You may not have anything on your plate at all. You're trying to figure out what to do, how you're going to get there, how you're going to dream up some things that you can get into. You may be stark opposite of me. So you may need to be adding stuff to your plate in 2025, but I definitely need to be taking a lot of stuff off my plate in 2025, to get organized. I mean, when I tell you I have Trello online, it's a Kanban board. And what it does is it allows you to track your projects and stuff. When I tell you I had so many projects on that board, I did not know where to start. So what I did was I went to my artificial intelligence best friend, ChatGPT, that's right, to get a little guidance and a little bit of help. And what I did was I explained my situation, typed everything in the computer and went from A to Z about how to get this board decluttered so that I could begin to work on some of my projects. The computer was very helpful. You got to give the computer all the information for it to really help you out. So I did all of that stuff as well. And it worked like a charm. So I finally decluttered my Trello board and I'm ready to get started in 2025. And not only that, but I'll tell you another secret. When I started using ChatGPT, and of course I do have videos on another channel talking about it, and I got the links below to just tell you a little bit about my experience with ChatGPT if you're interested. But the thing is, it's just like, to me, ChatGPT is like Google on steroids. And forget about Siri. I mean, because I just can't deal with my iPhone artificial intelligence anymore. I mean, when I ask that system questions, it's almost like forget it. I mean, you'll ask a question, it'll throw a few terms out, it'll say they looked up something, it'll throw some stuff out there, and it's like you're on your own. So I'm using ChatGPT. I also have Microsoft Copilot, which is another whole different story. But that's a little bit different. And I'll be, talking about that on another channel as well later on because I teach technology as well. But I'm telling you right now, the time has come for me to stop adding so much stuff to my plate. That is my 2025 New Year's resolution. Not only that, but I did get very organized here at my house. And I had nothing but a whole bunch of documents, paperwork that was saved throughout the years. I ended up with all my father's military papers here that were all hard copies that needed to be scanned in. And I took up that project, scanned in over 30,000 pieces of paper. I did that over a year. And then I called one of those paper shredder places, and they came to my house, pulled up in this great big truck, and they shredded my documents right in front of me. So I do have all that project done, and it was a very intense project, but I got it done. And I'm excited and happy to have done so. Not only that, I brought joy to my father's face because he was able to look at the military documents that he had throughout the years and remembering the different assignments that he had when he was traveling around the world when he was in the military. So that was a really nice present to give to him. But I'm telling y'all, now I'm working on this, I'm digitizing a bunch of CDs because I had bought this graphics package from Digital Juice. And when the man passed away, I can no longer access Digital Juice online because they didn't actually have a succession plan after he passed away. So the channel was shut down. And so all these people are so upset right now because they can't get to their graphics. All I can say is rest in peace, David Hebel. Your services will be greatly missed. But fortunately, I had bought all these CDs throughout the years. And so I have about, I don't even want to say how many discs that I have, but I've just about digitized my entire catalog. So all of that is going to be online and available where I'm not going to have to worry about going to get a CD to get the information that I need to access. So I am starting to declutter, get myself together, get myself organized, because one of the biggest things that I find that really stresses me out sometimes is I'm always looking for something. I thought I put it over here in this closet or this cabinet or this file cabinet, whatever, all to the tune of it's not there. So now that I've digitized everything from my file cabinets, I'm digitizing my CDs, now it's going to be just one click away. So these are the things that you got to do in your life so that you can make sure that you can get at your information that you're trying to get at without having to go through a whole bunch of rigmarole to do it. So anyway, I hope this is kind of helpful for you, just talking about my own struggles. Maybe I'm, giving you something to think about when it comes to, how you got to declutter your life, how you've got to get out and start making things happen. Like I said, I'm trying to declutter. Maybe you have things that you haven't done and you need to start getting things in your mind to make things happen as well. Now, when I say declutter, I'm saying declutter I did say declutter because I'm decluttering my house with paper and CDs, but I also got to declutter my mind so I can stop adding all these projects to my plate. I definitely am encouraging people to dream because when we were Jehovah's Witnesses, we didn't do that. We were always waiting for the end to come. Even people who leave the organization, they literally still must believe a little bit about this world coming to an end because they're not doing anything with their lives. And we often talk about this all the time, about how we'll notice that people have left the religion. They never got baptized. Or maybe they're disfellowship. They never came back. But when you look at their lives, they're not really doing anything. They're not really, maybe going to school to get an education, or maybe even just excelling on a job. So these are some of the things that we've noticed throughout the years when we are connected with people from our past and we find out what they may have been up to, all to the tune of, wow, you're not at the Kingdom Hall, you're not doing anything with the organization, but at the same time, you must still believe that the end of the world is coming because you're not doing anything with your life, Because when you're at the Kingdom Hall, you get that constant, drumbeat about be at your meetings, study your magazines, and be out in service and try to bring people into the organization because the end is around the corner. And so at that point, you're in the situation where, you don't really have you really don't have time to live or to think about dreaming or to think about doing something for you because you're always doing something for someone else. So I am encouraging you to take the opportunity to dream, to look for something. You may want to go take a training. And I always tell people this too. My new attitude about education is not always about going to college, because if you're online, and just like I was telling you before about my Chat GPT, you can get an education just talking to Chat GPT, asking questions, querying. You can even upload documents to have it to analyze the document for you, give you something, or just write a summary about the document that you just uploaded and everything. I mean, it is amazing what the computer can do. So education is everywhere. You can get this knowledge anywhere you go, online. There's a lot of different places that you can learn from. YouTube, if you're watching this video, you know that you can learn from YouTube. The other thing that you can do is you can go to there's a online portal that I was working with a long time ago, and everything used to be free. It was called Coursera.org, but now they're asking for money, but it's not as expensive as it is to go to college. And all of the courses that are on Coursera.org are actually courses where people are teaching from actual universities, So you're going to get an education there. Then you can also go to Udemy online. I think there's LinkedIn Learning, all types of places that you can get. And I'm not even touching the tip of the iceberg when I'm telling you about the different training that you can get. But, go to your community college and try to find some courses that are not credit. They're like non-credit. You can do that too, because you don't have to always go to a training that's going to make you have to sit there for 6 weeks or 12 weeks to get a credit or get graded for the assignment. You can just go learn. And then I also found that whenever I took classes, I always got a chance to network with other people. And at the same time, I was able to meet new people and form new friendships. So you always want to be connecting with people, and people come into your life at different times for different reasons. And so you never know who you might meet up with if you decide to get out and get up and start doing something different besides sitting at home. So anyway, I just want to come out and share my experiences, let you know that I'm looking forward to being out on these airwaves a lot more than I had been before, now that I'm starting to declutter my life, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. In the meantime, be safe and have a good new year.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Hidden Struggles with your host, Lady C. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with us. For more content, insights, and support, visit us online at hiddenstruggles.com.